Hello, everybody. It is me, Suzanne Monk, your host of Trump Talk. We are doing a very late, middle of the night Trump Talk. We had some technical difficulties earlier in the evening. Periscope lost the broadcast, so we got to do the whole thing over. But that's okay, because we're happy to talk about Trump any time of the day or night. That's what we're willing to do. So, let's hit the top stories. If y'all watched any of the news today, or within the last 24 hours, pretty much what everybody was talking about is Trump's Taco Bowl. You've seen the picture. Trump tweeted a picture of his Taco Bowl. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I have great Taco Bowls. I love Hispanics. Everyone's freaking out over the Taco Bowl. Meanwhile, fires raging in Canada. People running around shooting people. Taco Bowl. So, the media has lost its mind, and I think Trump is playing with them, because if you notice in the corner, go look at the picture of the Taco Bowl, there's a picture of his second wife in her bikini. So I think he's messing with you and playing the media for chumps, and they fall for it every time. Every time. So let's talk a little bit about endorsements that have come down the line. There are a lot of GOP falling in line behind Trump. Rick Perry came on board. He is fully endorsing Trump. He is willing to accept a VP spot, he said, which I think was a little bit much. But fully on board. Had some great things to say about Trump. You should read his endorsement. Dick Cheney has come on. Mike Pence has come on. There's Rand Paul has come on and said some pretty nice things about Trump and coal country, which is very important right now with Hillary Clinton attacking coal country. That's a big issue for us. So there are a few never Trumpers who are just holding the line. Unfortunately, one of them is Paul Ryan. Nobody is really happy with Paul Ryan right now because he says he cannot yet support Trump. And Trump tweeted back he doesn't really know if he can support Ryan yet. There's going to be a meeting next week. That might all change. But for right now, call Paul Ryan's office. Tell him to get on board the Trump train. As we've talked about earlier in the week, call and speak to these Republican officials who are holding back, and get them on the train where they belong. So, Jeb Bush, the Bushes, we don't need them. We don't worry about them. Ben Sass, nobody even knows who he is. Lindsey Graham, there's some funny tweets out that Trump tweeted actually about Lindsey Graham, and you should try to catch those on Trump's Twitter. Funny stuff. So, awesome. Let's also talk about Lion Ted Cruz, okay? There's been a lot of rumors that Cruz is still trying to get delegates. Why? Why is he still doing that? Sneaky snake. So, what we want to do is make sure you get out and vote in the primaries. We're not done. Just like on the Bernie side, Bernie's not done. We're not done until the fat lady sings either. So everybody's got to make sure when we get out and get to the 12:37. So that's what you got to do. Make sure you get out and vote. West Virginia, all the states coming up, especially California, get out there, show strong so we can go into the convention strong and into the general strong. Some interesting things about Hillary Clinton. You might have seen the Trump ad she put out. I just want to thank Hillary Clinton for that great Trump ad you put out. It was awesome. It's going to do great for us. So you just keep putting out ads, Hillary. We love it. Okay, everybody on the train. We love that crap. Interestingly enough, Hillary having some problems with protesters of her own. A group of protesters, Hispanic protesters particularly, protested Hillary, calling her a murderer for various things, including her involvement with crime legislation during the period of Bill Clinton's reign and also over her time during as Secretary of State and Senator. So it seems that Hillary isn't just going to walk away with happy voters everywhere either. She's also going to get some angry protesters because they're not very fond of Hillary either. So when they tell you the numbers about how Hillary does so well with minorities, you might want to double check that because she doesn't. So let's also talk about, there was a really interesting article. Before we talk about that, I just want to thank the West Virginia Coal Miners Association for endorsing Trump. Some really important things. How we are going to beat Hillary Rodham Clinton. Let's do this segment right now. How we are going to beat Hillary Rodham Clinton in the fall. Reason today, coal. Coal country, we can own coal country because Hillary has literally threatened all of these people's jobs. These people are already struggling with low wages, all sorts of financial problems. They've had their jobs cut and their wages cut and cut because of the ongoing attack on coal by this administration. Hillary is a continuation of that administration and has openly stated she will kill coal jobs. So coal country is Trump country. As long as we get out there and make sure that we vote and continue to support Trump, these are going to be the states, and this is how we're going to beat Hillary Clinton, is these blue states, working states, the mining states, the manufacturing states that have lost all their jobs under the Obama administration. That's where we get jobs back for Trump. That's where we get Trump in the White House. So, coal country, I want to thank you, West Virginia Coal Miners Association. Let's talk real quick about a little story, great article I read, about the Trump polls that we've been seeing. It seems that one of the polling institutes did a study to determine whether or not people who are being polled for Trump would respond the same to a computer or a human. What they found, there was actually potentially some sort of bias. If you were speaking to a human, you were less likely to support Trump than you actually would have if you were talking to a computer. So it's something called the Bradley effect, although this is inverse. It's an inverse Bradley effect. Look up Bradley effect. If you don't know what that is, Google it. But it is a phenomenon where people tell you what they think you want to hear, but that's not necessarily what they do in the voting booth. And here, what we're finding is Trump is actually doing better in elections by about 7 to sometimes 10 and 11%. So that means he's polling at one number, and then when the election comes out, it's 10, 7, 9, 8, 6% better than the poll was. If you look at the head-to-head polls and adjust for this potential phenomenon, you see the race is actually a lot closer than they're willing to admit. So I want you to keep an eye on this phenomenon, Trump bias in the polls, because it is actually showing Trump doing worse in the polls than he really is, as has been proven in the primary. Important stuff. There are a couple rallies coming up on Saturday in Spokane, Washington at noon. You can live stream that on rsbn.tv. They do a great job of doing everything Trump. You can also catch that after the fact. So if you can't live stream it, go take a look at it later. I love to catch up on the Trump speeches, what he said. It's a great way to stay informed and stay involved. There's also at 3 p.m. Linden, Washington. So 3 p.m. Go to donaldjtrump.com/schedule. He puts all his rallies up there. I will happily share them with you every day. But of course, that's where you can find them and all the locations and everything, anything you need to know and get tickets. So it's not like tickets cost anything. You just, you know what I'm saying. donaldjtrump.com/schedule. Great. Trump reason of the day. I want to talk about illegal immigration. You might have heard Vicente Fox recently came out and apologized for cussing to Trump and invited Donald Trump to Mexico to see Mexico and what was really going on in Mexico, and maybe giving him a different perspective, which I thought was at least, somewhat polite, considering, it's Mexico realizing that Trump may in fact be president. They might have to deal with him. So it's nice to reach out the olive branch, if you will. But my Trump reason of the day has to do with Mexico, and it has to do with border security and the wall. Now, everyone gets upset about the wall. There's a whole bunch of people who think we want open borders. There's nothing more dangerous to Mexico than open borders. Unfortunately, as compassionate as it sounds, just let everybody come across the border because America has a better life. What that actually creates is an environment where the drug cartels are living off money and guns they bring south into Mexico. And they do that because they can sell drugs and human trafficking into the United States. We are the revenue. Our porous border is the source of revenue that keeps the cartels strong and keeps them in control of Mexico. And they continue to hold the people of Mexico hostage and to devastate families. Whole regions of Mexico are under siege by the drug cartels. The government is being bribed left and right. And the problem is that they have so much money to do that with. And they have that because of the porous American border. So if we really care about the nation of Mexico, we will in fact build the wall, and we will in fact secure the border. So we do not continue to allow the drug cartels to run human trafficking, which is horrible enslavement of people, and continue to pump huge amounts of drugs into the country, which leads to them having lots and lots of money with which they can buy weaponry, or they can, of course, buy public officials and buy favor and buy influence in Mexico, which they've done, and it's practically a narco state at the point. So Trump will build the wall. Mexico is going to do better with an American secure border, as will America. So that's my Trump reason of the day. I want to do a little segment I call Best of the Trump Train. A little fun thing I pulled up off the internet. Let me pull it up here. Not everybody has a chance to put a Trump sign in their yard. Some people might have a problem. Your Trump sign might get stolen if it's in your yard. Here's a way to solve that problem. Let's see. Put your Trump sign in your truck and take it with you. This nice gentleman, it's bubbatrump.com. You can go and check out his blog and such. But this is where I got the picture from. This Trump supporter seems to have decided to put a full-blown Trump sign in the bed of his truck. And God bless him. That's some spirit. That's some driving around and supporting Trump. So you, sir, best of the Trump train. Thank you for getting out there and being supportive. That's just about it for Trump Talk, you guys. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about all sorts of new things. I'm sure something else will happen in the news. Trump will eat a salad. I don't know what will happen. But you can reach the show. You can find me. I'm at Trumpetarian on Twitter. You can find me and tweet me. You can email the show at trumptalkus@gmail.com. Any questions? If there's anything you'd like to put on the Trump train, Best of the Trump Train, any of that, go ahead and send it to me. And you can also get all of our Trump videos at www.trumptalk.us. If you'd like to pick up my book, The Semi-Essential Trump Supporters 2016 Election Survival Guide Primary Edition. The General Edition will be coming out soon. So get this. It's only $3.99 on Amazon. Just Google Suzanne Monk or the name of the book on Amazon. So until then, next time, keep it Trumpy. So we had to do this so late. I said we had technical difficulties, but sometimes that happens. But it does not stop me. No matter what happens, I'm going to get up here. I'm going to support Trump. I'm going to help you guys support Trump. And we're going to support Trump together all the way to the White House. For me and Little Trumpy. Bye, everybody. Woo. Support Trump.